Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Podcast Zone. This is episode 24, and today we have a super exciting and very important topic for all English learners: how to think in English and stop translating in your head. Now, if you're listening to this podcast, chances are you've tried to speak English but found yourself thinking first in your own language, then slowly translating word by word, and then finally speaking. And by that time, well, sometimes the moment is gone, right? Someone has already changed the subject or is looking at you waiting impatiently.
Exactly. And I know this problem very well because when I started learning Spanish, I did the same thing. I was always trying to translate from English into Spanish in my head. And honestly, it was painful, slow, and sometimes very funny in the wrong way.
I can imagine. And the truth is, almost every language learner goes through this stage. But if you stay stuck in translation mode, you'll never reach real fluency. The key is to train your brain to think directly in English.
Yes, so in this episode, we'll explore why translating in your head doesn't work, how to know if you're doing it, and most importantly, practical ways to train your brain to switch into English mode. We'll also give you exercises that you can do while listening.
That's right. This episode will be interactive, fun, and very practical. By the end, you'll not only understand why thinking in English is so important, but also have the tools to start practicing today.
So grab your headphones, maybe a notebook, and let's dive right in.
Let's start with the big question. Why is translating in your head such a problem?
Okay, let's do a little role play to show the problem. Sarah, let's pretend you're asking me something in English, and I'll try to answer, but I'll do it the wrong way by translating slowly in my head.
Perfect. Here we go. David, what did you eat for breakfast this morning?
Okay. In my head, I ate, in Spanish, yo comí, eggs. How do I say that? Oh, yes, eggs and bread. Long pause. So I eat, eggs and bread.
That took forever. And the grammar was wrong. You said I eat instead of I ate.
Exactly, because I was too busy translating word by word. When you do that, your brain is juggling too many things at once. Your native language, English vocabulary, grammar rules, pronunciation, and the result is usually a broken, slow sentence.
And this is why translating in your head doesn't work. It's like trying to walk while reading a book and balancing a cup of coffee at the same time. You might manage it for a little while, but sooner or later, you're going to spill something.
That's a great image. And here's another thing. Translation often doesn't give you the real meaning. Languages are not just words, they're ways of thinking. For example, in English, we say, "It's raining cats and dogs." If you translate that literally into another language, people will think animals are falling from the sky.
Exactly. Idioms, expressions, even simple phrases. Direct translation doesn't work. Another example, in some languages, people might say, "I have hunger," but in English, we say, "I am hungry." If you translate directly, you'll always sound a little bit unnatural.
Right, and beyond sounding unnatural, you'll also think more slowly. Imagine you're in a cafe and someone asks, "Would you like anything else?" If you translate it into your language, then translate your answer back into English, by the time you respond, the waiter might already be serving the next customer.
So the first big lesson today is this. If you want to be fluent, you must train yourself to think directly in English without that translation step in the middle.
And here's some science to back it up. Our brains have something called working memory. It's like a small whiteboard in your head where you can only keep a few things at a time. When you're translating, you fill up that whiteboard with too much information. There's no space left for speaking smoothly.
Yes, children don't translate when they learn their first language. They just connect words directly with meaning. When a baby hears milk, They don't think, oh, in my language that means X. They just know that milk is the white drink they like. That's how adults need to approach English too.
Exactly. So if you're listening right now and you catch yourself translating in your head, don't feel bad. It's normal in the beginning. But staying there is like keeping training wheels on your bike forever. At some point, you have to take them off and ride freely.
Beautifully said. Okay, let's summarize this section. Translating in your head makes you slow, leads to grammar mistakes, produces unnatural English, wastes brain power, prevents real fluency.
And the good news? You can absolutely stop doing it. And that's exactly what we'll teach you in the next parts of this episode.
All right, so we've talked about why translating in your head doesn't work, but how do you even know if you're doing it? Because some learners might not realize it. They just feel slow or stuck, but they don't know why.
Good point. Let's go through some clear signs that show you're still translating in your head. And if you're listening, see if any of these sound familiar.
Sign number 1, you pause too much before speaking. For example, if someone asks you, hey, what do you do for fun? And you stop, and your eyes look up to the ceiling, and you're silent for 5 seconds, then you finally say, I like to read books. That's a sign you're translating word by word.
Yes. And sometimes people think, oh no, my English is bad because I'm slow. But really, it's not about vocabulary or grammar. It's because their brain is stuck translating.
Exactly. Okay, sign number 2, you make grammar mistakes that are influenced by your native language. For example, maybe in your language you say, she beautiful is. And then in English, you accidentally say the same thing because you're translating word order directly.
Yes, I did this in Spanish. In English, we say, I like pizza. In Spanish, you say, me gusta la pizza, which literally means pizza pleases me. So when I translate it in my head, I used the wrong grammar in Spanish.
There you go. Okay, sign number 3. You often use words from your native language when you don't know the English word. For example, you're speaking English, but suddenly you say one word in your language, hoping people will understand.
Yes, like I went to the toko yesterday, and your English-speaking friend is like, what's a toko?
Exactly. That shows your brain didn't find the English word fast enough, so it pulled from your first language.
Sign number 4, you feel nervous when people speak fast, because if you rely on translation and someone speaks quickly, you can't keep up. You're still translating sentence 1 while they're already on sentence 3.
Yes, and then you miss the conversation completely.
And one more sign, you sometimes understand written English better than spoken English, because with text you have time to translate slowly, but with real conversation, you don't.
Beautiful summary. So listeners, if you notice these signs, don't worry. It just means you're still in the translation stage. The important thing is, now you're aware. And awareness is the first step to change. All right, this is the heart of today's episode. How do you actually train your brain to think in English?
Yes, and the key word is train, because thinking in English is not something that happens overnight. It's like going to the gym. The more you practice, the stronger your English brain becomes.
I love that. So let's break it down step by step. Many learners think they have to think in full, perfect sentences. But no, start small. For example, instead of thinking in your language and translating, just practice noticing things around you in English.
Yes. For example, if you're walking outside, you can think tree, sky, car, dog. Don't make it a sentence yet. Just label things in English.
Exactly. Then slowly, you can make short phrases. Big tree, blue sky, red car. After that, simple sentences. The dog is running. The sky is beautiful.
And the more you do this, the more natural it becomes. It's like teaching your brain to connect English words directly with the objects and actions you see.
This is a big one. Fluent speakers don't think word by word. They think in chunks or phrases. For example, instead of thinking how plus are plus you, We just think, how are you, as one single unit.
Exactly. It's like learning music. You don't play one note at a time, you learn patterns. So learners should practice common phrases like, I don't know. That's interesting. What do you mean?
Yes, and here's an exercise. Take one phrase and repeat it in your head several times during the day. For example, that makes sense. Whenever you hear something logical, think, that makes sense. This way, your brain starts using phrases automatically.
This is my favorite. Imagine you're a sports commentator, but for your own life. As you make coffee, say in your head, I'm boiling water. I'm making coffee. I'm drinking coffee.
Yes, it feels silly at first, but it's powerful because you're creating real-time English thoughts about your real actions. That's exactly what children do when they learn their first language. They connect words with life.
And don't worry if your sentences are very simple at first. Simple is good. Later, you can add more detail. I'm making strong black coffee because I'm sleepy today.
Here's a mental trick. Instead of translating words into your language, visualize the meaning in your mind. For example, if you hear apple, don't think of the word in your language. Picture a red apple.
Yes, that way your brain connects English directly to the image. It skips the translation step.
You can practice this with flashcards too. Instead of writing translations on the back, use a picture. That way, apple connects to the fruit, not your native word.
This is a little scary for some people, but it's really effective. Just talk to yourself in English, out loud. It doesn't matter if nobody is listening.
Yes. For example, when you're cooking, just say, I'm cutting tomatoes. Now I'm adding salt. Or when you're driving, the road is busy. That car is too close.
At first, you'll pause and struggle, but if you do this every day, it becomes more automatic.
Yes. Another powerful method is to make small stories in your head in English. For example, imagine a short scene. A boy is playing football. He kicks the ball. The ball hits the window. The window breaks.
Yes, and the beauty is you can make it fun. Imagine crazy stories like a cat is flying. The cat is driving a car. The more playful, the better, because your brain remembers it.
And if you can, record yourself telling the story. Later, listen and see if it sounds natural.
Here's a game I love. Give yourself a random word and then make a quick sentence immediately. Don't allow yourself to pause or translate. For example, the word is coffee. Boom, I need coffee now.
Yes, and if you can, practice with a partner. One person says a word, the other has 3 seconds to make a sentence. It's like brain training for English.
And of course, the more English you hear, the easier it is to think in English. Podcasts, movies, YouTube, conversations. Fill your day with English input.
Yes, and don't just passively listen. Try to repeat in your minds what people are saying. If someone in a movie says, "What's going on?" you repeat it silently in your head. That way, you train your brain to borrow natural English thoughts. So to summarize the training steps, start small with simple English thoughts. Use phrases, not words. Narrate your daily life. Visualize in English. Practice thinking out loud. Create stories in your mind. Try the Think Fast challenge. Immerse yourself in English daily.
And remember, this is a journey. You won't suddenly stop translating overnight. But if you practice these steps consistently, you'll notice big changes in just a few weeks.
Yes, and in the next section, we'll actually practice together with some interactive exercises, so get ready to join us.
All right, listeners, now it's time for the fun part. Practice. We've been talking a lot about why and how to think in English. But now, let's actually do it together.
Yes, this is where we move from theory to action. If you're listening at home or on the bus, or even while cooking, you can still join in. Just follow our instructions and try to really participate.
And don't worry if you feel shy or make mistakes. Nobody's listening except you. Remember, this is brain training. Every small step counts. Okay, let's start simple. Narrating your daily routine. David, you'll play the learner and I'll guide you. Ready?
Ready.
Imagine you just woke up. Listeners, you can do this too. In English, describe what you're doing right now or what you usually do in the morning. Start with just 2 or 3 sentences.
Okay. I wake up. I open my eyes. I get out of bed.
Perfect. Very simple, very clear. Now, add a little detail.
I wake up at 7. I open my eyes and I look at my phone. I get out of bed and drink water.
Excellent. And listeners, you try the same. Don't translate, just use the English you know. Even if it's only a few words, that's fine. Say it out loud if you can.
Yes, and don't worry about making the perfect sentence. The goal is to think directly in English about your actions.
Okay, let's do another common situation. Ordering food at a restaurant. I'll be the waiter, and David, you'll be the customer.
Got it.
Good evening, sir. What would you like to order?
I would like chicken sandwich and Coke, please.
Beautiful. Now, let's make it more natural. Instead of always using I would like, try another phrase.
Okay. Can I have a chicken sandwich and a Coke, please?
Perfect. Listeners, now it's your turn. Imagine you're in a restaurant. Don't think in your native language. Just picture the food and say it in English. Can I have?
And if you don't know the word for something, don't panic. Describe it. For example, if you don't know shrimp, you can say small seafood, like little fish. The key is stay in English.
All right, next exercise. Describing a scene from a movie. David, think of a simple movie scene and describe it in English without translating.
Okay. I'm thinking of Titanic. A big ship is moving on the ocean. Jack is standing at the front of the ship with Rose. They open their arms. They are happy.
Yes, exactly. Short, simple sentences. Listeners, you try it. Think of a movie you know well. Don't translate. Just describe it in English. Even if it's very basic, it's great practice.
And the good thing is you can do this anytime. You don't need a teacher. Just think about your favorite movie or show and describe it in your head in English.
Okay, now let's do something fun. The Think Fast Challenge. I'll give David a random word, and he has 3 seconds to make a sentence in English.
Oh boy, let's do it.
Word number 1, coffee.
I need coffee now.
Good. Word number 2, rain.
It's raining outside.
Nice. Word number 3, dog.
My dog is hungry.
Perfect. See how fast that was? Listeners, now it's your turn. I'll give you 3 words. You have 3 seconds each to make a sentence in English. Ready? The words are book, street, happy. Go.
And remember, don't try to make long, complicated sentences. Keep it short and natural. The goal is speed and direct thinking.
Now let's practice connecting English with feelings and emotions. David, tell me 3 sentences about how you feel right now.
Okay. I feel excited. I feel happy to record this podcast. And I feel a little hungry.
Honest answer. Listeners, your turn. Right now, in English, say 3 sentences about your feelings. For example, I feel tired. I feel relaxed. I feel nervous.
This is important because emotions are powerful. If you connect English to your real feelings, your brain remembers faster.
Last exercise for today. Imagine your future. In English, describe where you want to be in 5 years. David, you go first.
In 5 years, I want to speak Spanish fluently. I want to travel to South America, and I want to write a book.
That's wonderful. And notice David didn't stop to translate. He just spoke simply and directly. Listeners, now you try. Think of your own future goals. Say 2 or 3 sentences in English.
And if you struggle, that's okay. The more you do this, the easier it gets.
All right, that was amazing practice. Let's recap. We did narrating daily routine, ordering food, describing a movie scene, the Think Fast challenge, talking about feelings, and imagining your future.
Yes, and remember, don't just listen. Repeat these exercises every day. Even 5 minutes of thinking in English is powerful brain training.
And in the next section, we'll talk about the most common mistakes learners make when trying to think in English and how you can avoid them. So far, we've shared why translating doesn't work, how to train your brain, and even done practice together. But here's the thing. Many learners still make some common mistakes on this journey.
Yes, and the good news is, once you know these mistakes, you can avoid them. Let's go through the top ones.
So, mistake number 1, wanting to be perfect before speaking. So many learners wait and wait, thinking, I'll speak when my English is perfect. But guess what? That day never comes.
Exactly. If you wait for perfection, you'll never start. Real fluency comes from practicing, making mistakes, and learning as you go. Kids don't wait to speak until they're perfect. They just speak and they improve naturally.
So the solution is, don't aim for perfection. Aim for progress. Speak, think, and practice, even if it's messy.
Mistake number 2, translating everything word for word. We already explained why this slows you down, but it's worth repeating. Translation kills fluency.
Yes, and the solution is focus on meaning, not words. Ask yourself, what idea am I trying to share? Then express that idea in simple English, even if it's not perfect.
Mistake number 3, relying too much on dictionaries and translators. Of course, dictionaries are useful, but if you check every word, you'll never develop your internal English brain.
Exactly. Instead, try to guess meaning from context, or use monolingual dictionaries, English to English, so you stay in English while learning.
Mistake number 4, not practicing enough internal English voice. Some learners only study grammar and vocabulary, but never actually think in English when they're alone.
Yes, they wait until class or conversation, but thinking in English is something you can do anytime, anywhere. The solution? Practice little moments every day. Narrate, imagine, describe.
Mistake number 5, comparing yourself to others. Oh, she's more fluent than me. He speaks without mistakes. This only discourages you.
Right. Everyone's journey is different. Maybe you're stronger in vocabulary, while someone else is stronger in listening. Focus on your own progress, not competition. So, to summarize, don't wait for perfection. Don't translate word by word. Don't overuse dictionaries. Don't skip your internal English practice. Don't compare yourself to others.
Exactly. Avoid these mistakes and you'll move much faster toward real English thinking.
Okay, now let's talk motivation, because thinking in English takes time. Some days you'll feel amazing, and other days you'll feel stuck. That's normal.
Yes, and one way to stay motivated is to hear real stories. Let's share a couple.
I'll start with Maria, one of my students from Brazil. When she began learning English, she translated everything. In class, I'd ask, "How are you today?" And she'd look up, whisper in Portuguese, then answer slowly in English. But she changed her method. Every morning, she narrated her actions in English. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. I'm leaving home. After 3 months, she told me, "Teacher, I don't need to translate anymore. The words come by themselves."
That's powerful. And I have a story too. My friend Ahmed from Egypt was terrified of speaking English. He said, "David, I always translate in my head, and by the time I answer, people lose patience." So I gave him the Think Fast challenge. Every day he practiced making instant sentences with random words. At first, he froze, but after 2 weeks, he was faster. After 1 month, he could join group conversations at work without hesitating.
Wow, that shows the brain really adapts if you push it a little.
Yes, and listeners, maybe right now you're thinking, but it's hard for me. Maybe I'll never think in English. Let me tell you, that's not true. If Maria and Ahmed could do it, So can you.
Here's a motivational tip. Track your small wins. Write down little moments when you thought in English without translating. Like, today, I saw a dog and thought dog immediately, not the word in my language.
Yes, celebrate those tiny victories. They're proof your brain is changing.
And remember, fluency is not magic, it's training. Every time you think in English, even for 10 seconds, you're building your new brain pathways.
Exactly. And trust me, one day you'll suddenly realize, wow, I just had a full thought in English without translating. That moment feels amazing.
So, stay motivated, practice daily, avoid the common mistakes, and believe in yourself.
Yes, because the only difference between people who succeed and people who give up is persistence.
Beautifully said. All right, before we close, let's do something special. We asked listeners to send us their questions about thinking in English. And today, we'll answer a few of the most common ones.
Yes, and even if you didn't send a question, I guarantee these answers will help you.
Sarah reading. Question 1. What should I do if I don't know the word in English while speaking?
Great question. First, don't panic. You have 3 options. Describe the word. For example, if you don't know umbrella, say a thing for rain. Use a simpler synonym. Instead of delicious, say good. Skip it and keep going. Fluency is about flow, not perfection.
Yes. And remember, even native speakers forget words sometimes. They just say, that thing and continue. That's normal. Sarah reading. Question 2. How can I stop translating when I'm nervous?
Nerves always make translation worse. When you're nervous, your brain wants to go back to the safe zone, your native language. The solution is practice. The more you train thinking in English alone, the more automatic it becomes even when you're nervous.
Exactly. Also, breathing helps. Take a slow breath before answering. It gives your brain half a second to calm down. Sarah reading. Question 3. How long does it take to really think in English?
It depends on how much you practice. If you practice daily, even 5 minutes, you can see changes in just a few weeks. For deep, natural English thinking, maybe a few months. But remember, it's not all or nothing. It's a gradual process.
Yes, you'll notice small improvements first. One thought, then one sentence, then a short conversation. Step by step, your brain switches more and more into English mode. Sarah reading. Question 4. Can I think in English even if I'm a beginner?
Yes, 100%. Beginners can and should start right away. Even if your sentences are, I am happy. This is my book. That's still thinking in English. You don't need advanced grammar to begin.
Exactly. The earlier you start, the faster you'll reach fluency. All right, those were amazing questions. Thank you to everyone who sent them in.
Yes, and if we didn't answer your question today, keep practicing. Most of the answers are in the exercises we shared earlier.
Well, friends, that brings us to the end of episode 24 of the English Podcast Zone. We've covered a lot today.
Yes, we started by talking about why translating in your head doesn't work. Then we showed the signs that you're still doing it. After that, we gave you step-by-step training methods to switch your brain into English.
And then we practiced together. Daily routines, ordering food, describing movies, the Think Fast Challenge, talking about emotions, imagining the future.
We also looked at common mistakes, how to avoid them, and shared real stories to motivate you.
And of course, we wrapped up with some listener questions.
So, what's the big takeaway from today?
Fluency doesn't mean perfect grammar. It means being able to think and speak directly in English without translating.
Exactly. And anyone can do this with consistent practice. 5 minutes a day is better than nothing. 10 minutes a day is even better.
And don't forget, celebrate small wins. If today you thought one sentence in English without translating, that's progress.
Yes, step by step, your brain rewires itself. One day, you'll realize, I just had a whole conversation in English and I didn't translate once. That's fluency.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We love being part of your English journey. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the English Podcast Zone, share it with a friend, and leave us a review. It really helps us reach more learners around the world.
Next time, in episode 25, we'll talk about how to improve your English listening skills with movies and TV shows. That's going to be a fun one.
Yes, don't miss it. Until then, keep practicing, keep thinking in English, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.